Hi, this is Bethany, founder of the Albany Peace Project, and today I'm here with Sue Conlin, who is the president of the Therapeutic Touch International Association. And Sue, you've been doing Therapeutic Touch for 25 years?
25 years, about that, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So can you tell people a little bit about, one, what Therapeutic Touch is, and then why meditation ties so nicely with it?
Therapeutic Touch is an evidence-based, so it's based on research, holistic modality, which is based on assumptions that we utilize the universal energy and compassion and intention to help people heal themselves.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
And in order to do that, we need to be centered ourselves as practitioners, and part of the centering process and part of learning how to center is meditating. So we teach all of our students to meditate first before they practice therapeutic touch.
Ah, okay. All right, that makes sense. You know, real fast, can you just tell people a little bit about some of the research? I mean, I know what research spoke to me about it was like the accelerated wound healing, right?
Yeah. There's been 42 years of research in therapeutic touch since it was created in the 70s by a PhD nursing professor from NYU and her colleague who was a clairvoyant. So the two of them together developed therapeutic touch, and then we had NYU students and students from all over the country and the world now doing research. The most recent research was a biology professor from the University of Connecticut who actually had practitioners doing therapeutic touch on bone cells in petri dishes in a lab.
Nice.
So they would hold their hands over the cells, and the cells, there was a control group that had perfectly healthy bone cells, there was a group of cells that had osteoporosis, and the theory behind the whole study was to see if therapeutic touch would increase the density in those cells. And then there was a third group that had bone cancer in the cells. So the cells that were healthy stayed healthy, the cells that had osteoporosis increased in density, and the interesting thing was that the cells with cancer, the cancer stopped growing.
Ah, wow.
So there's been research on pain reduction, on burns, on wound healing, on anxiety, which is huge, just all kinds of things.
Yes,
really,
yes.
Our bibliography on the website is 78 pages long,
Yeah.
and that's just the names and where to find the articles.
Oh my goodness.
It's not the articles themselves.
Right, right. So I wanted people to kind of know that because, you know, we're doing meditation with intention, and so that's what therapeutic touch is, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. We approach the person with the intention to help them reach their own highest order and for their own highest good. And then as we move through the field with our hands, our intention gets more specific depending on what we find.
Right, right. So how our intention matters. Like we can vote with our heart, like we're saying with the Peace Project. And so when we're moving into these meditations by setting an intention, we're actually kind of almost invoking what we're calling or beckoning forth that healing space, right?
Yes, we are. And the intentionality is really what it's all about.
Yeah.
If your intention is there, you're going to help the person. If your intention is there, we're going to help Albany.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds good. So then people you said they can't really practice therapeutic touch unless they've practiced meditation and they know to be centered. Can you tell people what that means, kind of being centered?
Being centered means being totally focused on the person who's in front of you. In order to do that, you need to connect with your own inner self. So we spend a lot of time and a lot of years learning how to really connect strongly with our own inner self. Some people call it the higher self. I call it the inner self. And by doing that, by being in that place for the entire session, so the session can be 5 minutes to 20 minutes long. It's never, rarely any longer than that.
Right.
But we stay on center for the entire thing, which means that we're not distracted by anything around us. We're totally focused, generally connected heart to heart and mind to mind with the other person.
Absolutely.
So you stay in that, this is what we call sustained centering place.
Oh, beautiful. I think that is such an advanced skill, is this ability to kind of be within ourselves and yet have our locus of attention also kind of gravitate to the other and in a gentle, kind of loving way. It's just extremely powerful when we're able to.
It is.
You know,
it's probably the most intimate connection you can have with another person.
I wholeheartedly agree. Wholeheartedly agree.
Whole different level.
Yeah. So I'm hoping maybe your meditation today can kind of employ that skill somehow. Okay.
We'll see what we can do.
Okay. All right. Well, Sue, if you're interested in learning more about therapeutic touch, Sue knows your stuff. You definitely give her a call. We'll have her contact information below this video. And stay tuned for her meditation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, son.